Now I'm going to show you how to put in some landscaping. So right now I'm in my 3D view, and I'm actually going to take a look at the top view here. And before I put the topo surface in, I need to right click the roof, and I'm going to hide in view that category, so it hides both of those. And just need to be able to make sure I see my corner over here of my foundation walls. So you got to make sure your foundation walls and footings are in right now. If you did them correct, they actually should be one on top of the other. So let me back up just a little bit here, or zoom out, and I'm going to set this just to consistent colors. It makes the computer run a little faster. Then let's go to Massing and Site, click on Topo Surface, and we can do a place point. So we need to figure out where we want to place our points. If you remember from your elevation views, and we'll take a look at this really quick, first floor is set to 0 feet. So we're going to start our topo surface 2 feet below this first floor level. So the surface is going to start about here, and then we're going to have it go 6 inches drop down from there, so we have good drainage away from the house. So we're going to start at -2 feet and go to -2 feet 6 inches. So let's go back to our 3D view and place point, and right here is where I can change the elevation. So I'm going to change this to -2, and I'm going to put my point right here where it snaps to the corner. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. The last one right there. And now let's go up here and make this 6 inches lower. And I'm just going to click a point out here just a short distance. You can see it's starting to kind of fill in. I'm going to make this one go a little bit further out front, so my porch is kind of inside there. And so that's kind of where my slope is, and you can click modify and kind of move your points around as needed. It doesn't need to be a perfect square here. I'm going to click place point again, and I'm going to just make my surface a little bit larger for myself, so it's a little bit more interesting. You can see I'm kind of just going off at a diagonal from the corners here. And so now I have a pretty rough topo surface. I'm going to go over here, and click the green check. Now I'm going to click modify. It's actually already selected. Choose my surface, and let's change the material to grass. So just type grass in here, and it shows up down here, so I need to add it to the document, and then click OK. And now when I take a look at this and I actually look at it realistically, it shows grass. So it also shows that it's up just 2 feet below the first floor level. So I'm going to unhide my roof for right now. I click that light bulb down there, right click the roof, and unhide the category, because I hid the whole category of roof. And now I have some topography here. So let's take a look again at the south elevation, and you can see that in realistic, we'll do some fine detail. There's my grass kind of coming up right here. Well, now what I need to do is I need to actually cut out, because if I look at my section view, this is the one that's going to be most significant to me. The grass is actually going into the basement, so we don't want that. So let's go back to our 3D view, and I'm going to look underneath to the bottom of this, and this one a little easier. If I look consistent colors, it's a little bit easier to see what's going on. And I'm going to put in a building pad. So again, under Massing and Site, choose building pad. I'm going to click the rectangle and make sure your level is set to bottom of footing. And I want a building pad, which is just a gravel, to start at this corner here and go all the way to this corner down here. And then I hit the check. And now I'll go back to home, and you're not going to notice anything different from this view, but you will from your section view. Now that ground has been actually cut away from underneath the house. So that should be the last thing that you need to do, and I want to show you one thing really quick. You don't need to do this part, but I want to show you kind of what is happening. I'm going to hide the category of walls here, and I'm going to hide the category of floors, so you can see that it actually did carve out a little chunk. It made sort of that crawl space area for me. So once you have your topography in there, and you look at your section view and you can see that it's sloping away like this, then you should be all done with topography.